Well, guess I'm just gonna have to go with this. And it's work. Oh well. Laptop issue. There she goes. Yeah. Yep, that's the beauty. If this video is still backwards, then you probably see my post-it, but you can't read it, and it says, attention, I have a baby. She is loud. And that's fair. Being loud. But anyway, my name is Alyssa. My channel is Alyssa Sketch. Thank you for joining me today. And I am trying to figure this out because I used to do conventions quite a bit. Probably sound far away. I don't have a microphone because I'm new to all of this. But yeah, I used to do conventions and I haven't been lately because of this whole thing going on. And really just wanted to do something different to get out of my comfort zone and try something new. And it's been a while since I have drawn for the purpose of showing other people how I draw, how I work. So I figured might as well just get to work and try doing things again. So on my Instagram account, I recently asked for any suggestions of things that I could draw, and didn't get any, which is fine. I kind of just like threw this stuff together. It's been a really long time since I was consistent on social media, let alone live streaming. My baby is 11 months old, and yeah, I had a baby 11 months ago, and then the whole pandemic thing happened, and I kind of let my art and business like go on the back burner for a little bit, and I just been trying to do something, literally anything, to bring myself back into it a little bit more. I've been doing some different kinds of exercises and studies of a different sort, and just trying to do like literally anything to get my brain and my arms and my wrists and my fingers moving a little bit more. But I'm super rusty on like all fronts right now, just because I've been so involved in literally baby. Baby has taken over. The only space she hasn't completely taken over is our studio space. My husband and I do share a studio, and it's a great space, but it's just been a mess because we had a lot going on. We moved, I was pregnant, we had a baby, the pandemic started. It was just a lot of things in a really short amount of time. So yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do, period. And that includes this drawing session. I don't have a microphone. I don't have a second camera set up. But you know what? Everybody needs to get out of their comfort zone. Everybody needs to try something different and new, and that's what I'm doing. True enough. So typing a quick little message in the chat. Nope, we don't want caps lock. Requesting any comments or questions, because these things are supposed to be interactive. And I am just one person, but I will do my best. So let's see. Thought about drawing a house today, because the last time we went on our family vacation, I got really into the gingerbread houses, and they're super cute. But I recently went through this whole like soul searching thing and realized that I've really been drawing characters on blank backgrounds for like a really long time. And I don't know, if you're drawing a lot of characters on blank backgrounds, maybe that means you should be a character designer? Or you really want to be a character designer and you're kind of just struggling to figure that part about yourself out. I don't know. But that's what I had thought about doing. And not gonna lie, because it's a relatively new decision / like self-discovery thing, there's a lot to work out in my brain all over again. Like, okay, yeah, that's a good decision. Sure, let's go with character design. But then what are you gonna do? Are you gonna draw a completely new character all the time? I don't know about that. I don't think that's necessarily going to work. You're supposed to be able to draw things over and over again. What happens to that? I don't know, Melissa. I don't know what happens to that. What happened is I got really stuck in my own head. And, you know, like, life and your career happens in a lot of different ways. And I had a very interesting one, I guess. Not relatively interesting. But a lot of it was attempting to apply a formula to what an art career should be. And doing a lot of reading books and articles and watching videos and listening to other people via podcasts or other kinds of interviews. Nothing is prescribed, ultimately, you know. Everything is a little bit different. Everything happens differently for everybody. And as hard as you may try, there's no real way to make anything truly, like, make your career at least as formulated as possible. What do I want? When I was in high school, my parents were really psyched. Not just high school, but like my academic career. My parents were super psyched because they were like, oh, she loves math. Not so much the science, but definitely the math. And in loving the math, I did a lot with it. I was on that team in high school, participated in what was called Academic Olympics in not elementary school, but in middle school, and I loved it. I absolutely, and I still do. I still love math. I have a lot of hair lighting, so I love math. And one of the things that I really loved about math was the fact that even though there are certain details that are different, everybody can understand numbers. And as much as I love language also, there are limitations with certain languages. Well, with all languages, there's limitations. It takes a little bit more work to understand one language when you've grown up knowing another. But if you've been able to understand certain tenets of math, so then you will be able to understand math in any country. And I always really like that. But as much as I loved math, I did not want a career using it like that. I did not want to be an academic mathematician. I didn't want to teach math. I did not want to. One job prospect that I learned about is actuary, where you use your math to predict the likelihood of certain things happening. Actuarial skills are used in things like sports betting and especially in insurance to predict when. I always simplified it as when somebody is going to die, but it's not that morbid. It's just the likelihood that this person is going to expire because of an accident versus an illness versus pre-existing condition, etc., etc. And it was really bleak to me. I did not like that at all. I didn't like that my job prospect for that or CPA, really. Really, who wants to do taxes like that? But I ended up using math in my career as an artist and an animator a lot because I ended up going into 3D, which is fine. 3D was fine. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot to do. But after doing it for almost a decade, I got really burnt out. Working for a small studio, working on a web series, and it was a really interesting. It was an interesting place to stop and do things for a while. But I just did not, at the end of it, I did not enjoy it as much as I wanted to. I ended up working for a planetarium. It was my last full-time gig. And it was full-time employee. It wasn't good. But I started working at a planetarium, and it was pretty cool. But, same thing. It was just not, 3D was not what got me interested in all of this in the first place, and it wasn't. The things that I grew up on 2D animation mostly. Pixar came about while I was still young, but I was a little bit older. The things that really formulated my ideals, my preferences, and animation style, a lot of art styles, comes from the long backlog of 2D animated Disney movies and others, not just Disney. And I wanted to do, who doesn't want to get the prestige job, I think everybody would at some point. So, I ended up leaving the planetarium 2018? 2021. And that first year, they took it off, worked at a Pilates studio for a while, and was trying to figure out, honestly, I was trying to game the system, trying to figure out what can I do to make this more as many as possible. And obviously, that was never going to work because it was misguided, or if it wasn't misguided. And I was really confused. I was trying to do too many things at the same time, trying to figure out, trying to ultimately figure out who I was as an artist again when I didn't have a full-time job. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I wasn't giving myself the space that I deserved. And then once I found out that we were having a baby, oh, wait a minute. Wow, I wish I could figure this out sooner. But it's okay. I will figure it out. And until then, I am going to just do the best I can at existing for a while I get over this graph. Alright, I think we're getting somewhere now. Now I'm kind of doing a little mermaid doctor. Maybe she's more like a mermaid nurse practitioner. I don't know. You know what? I'm not surprised by this at all because I've been watching not lots of document stuff-ins, but some document stuff-ins, and I really like document stuff-ins. Little teeny friend for our nurse practitioner, mermaid. So I think this is what we're gonna go with right now. Let's see it. I've got some gouache here. I've got a Cottonwood Arts laminated cold press sheets 6x6 block. Actually have not done very much with this block yet. My camera is like running pretty slow, so I'm trying to straighten out the block on the camera. Normally what I like to do is I like to tape off space that I'm filming in, but I didn't get to do that because I was too busy being nervous about live streaming again. Leave this here for a little bit as I try and sketch out. Yeah, nurse practitioner. Nope. Probably need that. Just with everybody. Definitely need to pull out my tools before. pull up some Tang reference. So, which one I'm going to go with? There's so many Tangs, and they're all so pretty. And also so cute looking. I just love them. I'm not going to go with the blue Tang because everybody is so used to a blue Tang. So many super vibrant Tangs out there. Should be asking my friend. Rewind of bite-sized treasures. She's in between. My life. I'm going to go with this little orange one. Orange flavor. Got lots of dots on it. A couple of parts. And figure out how Mermaid is going to complement the Tang. I haven't gotten a haircut. Honestly, since being pregnant, I can't even blame it on the pandemic. Including no haircut. Go ahead and massage a lot of these shapes out. Not always easy to do. Anything can take an answer, but I also don't want to overwork. My stitch and then completely lose my roll with whatever I can. And figure all that along the way. It's been a long time since I've painted. So I love painting. I love gouache. One of my favorite things. This is so much like public speaking. Don't say Don't say when. Just the fact of like, we can't all do it, you know. And that man literally like never stuttered in his entire life, it seems like. I haven't done like a deep dive into his life as much as I want to. I think my husband wants to do it. He's kind of obsessed. But we do have a field working knowledge. So much. So much. There's so much content. So much. Just in her glasses. This isn't cliche at all. If you what you not close, Yay! Good. You're not feeling very well for that. The nurse practitioner's office. I know, how dare I? Why am I making this more complicated? I don't know if you've met me, but I like to make things complicated all the time. Overly complicated. So initially I planned for this stream to be just an hour because, baby. Once we get to an hour, I'll see what I do. If I'm over it, ready to make a bunch of changes. lots of people in the pajama. I don't know. Well, everything is very loosey goosey. Refusion sounds. I feel like under the sea, everything floats just a little bit more. Lots more curves. You can really complain about more curves. But, not me. Mm. Okay. Something nice and little shape on the back of that picture. Like I said, if you want to comment, ask a question, help direct my thoughts, you have the power. Like human machine. He could predict the world that wasn't something he I feel like I should be forgiven ever so slightly because one, it's been a while since I've watched him. Two, I've also been listening to like a lot of long about. And as the podcast hosts are also two millennials, one being a little bit older than me, I strongly feel that I should be forgiven because I listened to a long time. It is just such a great thing. And you should listen to it. Alright, we got some shapes in there. Modicum. Modicum. This is not the scale. Robin, please do not be mad at me. Maybe she's like the fun to hang out with mermaids. I don't know. You don't have any right to judge me right now. Because you're not. I'm not sorry. You must make that reference to bigger because it is on my screen. And also, so cute for real things. Let's see. Ooh, baby is in her walker. She is zooming everywhere. And that is the dog having a very serious sleep attack. Okay. Stream is still going. And that is what's important. So we've got a yellow tang here. We've got very, very funky little line. And or 2 more spots, no black spots. In the future, maybe I can still figure it out. There's 16. So I feel like this is too bright. Okay. Let's off some of this blue pencil, or super smudges up my paper. But we've got a 16. So if 10 is 6, there should probably be a little groovy. That for the forehead and that. They're not perfectly symmetrical. Forehead. I don't want to know that. So their tails are actually, if you were to lay them flat, relatively straight. I can feel them curved. You have to respect the volume and respect the shape. And that is. Assuming not watching. Feel like if she was watching, she would commented on my best position of Canaan. So bend, turn, down here. But then, how much time do I have a back? What time do you think? I don't know what is called. Making up words. Very much looking forward to my lecture in the near future. Let's see, so this is a silver piece. Yellow stripe. Another silver piece. Yellow stripe. right. Big chunky shoulders. It's really not my forte when it comes to drawing. There are simple shapes. Drawing is simple. Yeah, you should, but the brain's not always going to work. Wow, that's why it's like a whole circle just in the little thing. Here. Big continuous figure. Silver red in there. Here, the one that's now. And so there's two black spots. And that's clear. And it's missing white. There's another silver streak. It's not complete. Black spot right here. That high up. Right here. Our tan friend is mostly in place. It's sad. I don't think there's actually a way. I probably should put some bubbles. Action lines. This of bubbles. Get a bit cuter. All right, let's do that. All right, Monday. Where do we leave off on Monday? I don't think. Do you have any suggestions for like a cute shape or something? Because otherwise, I'm going to put something like that in very, very simple, like a heart on the back of the clipboard. And I feel like she just deserves something a little bit better. Obviously, she is a nurse practitioner, so she needs to have something maybe medically related, maybe not medically related. I don't know. You gotta think about this. Not it will be well. I'll get something red. Oh, well. It happens. It's all things anyway. I think it's a lot when I draw glasses. I forget to draw the arm piece. Even though I wear glasses, you know, so we literally like, forget what we see every single day. Like, I literally need these things to see. And I never remember. Sometimes I remember, very rarely, like, efficiently remember. This erasing lines right now is mostly things. It's more of me, so that I can better see the sketch that I'm working. Oh yeah, this is where this is supposed to be foreground, background. What else is in this practice? There's a lot of spacing here. Not gonna include a clamshell bra or seashell bra. I think that would be different. But let's see. Just go with undersea scrubs and keep it simple. Meet everything with practice. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it authentic. Probably gonna get a little quiet. Now we actually have something. To figure out all my shapes a little bit better. Do a little bit of cleanup. I'm not clean up too much of this form because again, I do need to see how the forms are overlapping themselves. Better. But certain construction ones can get removed so that I have an easier time. You don't move around too much lead unless you set the button with heat. Even though this is wash, can still get like incorporated into, like the lead can get incorporated into the wash. So I don't want to be too much. Alrighty, we got a lemonade, your practitioner. Now I've already got water here. I have a bunch of brushes out and ready to go. But now we need to do some color picker. Let's see. Color picking, color picking. Maybe we should dust everything in here. It's a long time since I've actually used this table. Okay. Yeah. It is under the sea. One of these days I'll paint like a neon mermaid. But today it's not that fun. Nope, it is not. Deep under the sea, but we need some other colors in here too. Let's do some greens. This will be a bit more for an accent. Look at this. More green into the water. So my paints, just to show you where I'm going so far. My paints are all over the place, and my paint jars, because I have these big jars that I use to store, keep my paints. And some of the paints have like completely faded, like the outside of them has completely faded. So in order to get a better idea of what color is actually inside, I have to open tubes. About the skin, I don't have a hair. I'm not pulling out the colors for the yellow tang probably would be like easier. This is when I remind myself that I need more yellow. You know, when it's too late. I do have teeny tiny old yellow paint too. And then I do have silver. I can do that. And I do need black. There's the black. No, let's go with ivory. Ivory. Look at that. That one's really big. No. Okay. So we've got some blues and greens for the water. We've got the black, silver, and yellow for the tan. So now, blue and yellow. What would be nice colors to work off of the mermaid? Feel like, blues, the water, the tan is yellow. Let's go with lilac. And let's go with, this could also be pretty nice. Don't know where exactly just yet. I was thinking orange, but I think orange might be a little too hot. Maybe orange for scrub, but that might be too much. Let's go with a light blue for scrubs. And that'll be nice. Other little details will come in as we go along. But first, it's time to start painting in the water. Let's see, we're at 47 minutes. Definitely not going to finish this. But progress and a better idea of what I can do. I feel so irresponsible whenever I don't wash them. I think this is black right now. I feel like I should use a lighter blue. I think it's a little too saturated. Yeah, I've got ultramarine and ultramarine deep, but both of them are just too intense. Yellow blue? Will that satisfy me? That's a pretty deep blue, but this is watercolor. Wow. Yep. Ooh, mm-hmm. I never know if I want to flood the plate with water first. Most of the time, I don't bother. Mostly because I feel like whenever I do flood first, and then Williams and Kings and see where the pink chooses to go and how it chooses to bloom. Like, I don't know. I just don't really feel like I ever see a difference in the effect. Personally, I don't feel crazy about not flooding. Channel NES 1995 just popped on, sent a message, and they asked, what am I drawing today? And I have just started painting. Right now I'm using a little bit of watercolor, but later I'll be using some gouache, which is opaque watercolor. And I am drawing and painting a nurse practitioner mermaid uh, that is checking in on a sad little yellow tree deep under the sea. It's funny, the last time I saw NES 1995, I actually drew a mermaid. I don't know, man. Where you live, it's just natural. They just call for mermaids down there. Yeah, so this is my little nurse practitioner mermaid. And I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to do with this corner piece because her tail is a little like dangerously close. I don't want to do the full. I don't know. Like I don't want to stress myself out about it, but I also like would like a nice head. Deep down, I kind of want to do like a 3D effect. Um, have her tail like sit ever so slightly over the edge of the border. Probably end up doing that. I'll adjust that later on, but we'll see if I even remember. Definitely. Actually, as much as I felt like I was completely lost and really confused when I got started on this, because I just had no idea what I was going to do, what I was going to draw. I kind of like that process where I was just like rambling because then it inspired me to think of something different, something that I normally wouldn't draw. The only thing that kind of like bums me out about it is that like I personally need right now because as long as I've been drawing, as long as I've been working, I need a lot of iterative steps to really like push myself to create something that I'm really proud of. And what did I do? I did like maybe 3 or 4 little details before I started and made a decision and said, let's go for it. And mostly because like I don't want this training to be 18 hours long, which is what most of my friends feel like they take. They don't, I promise, they don't, but it always feels like that. I didn't have anything prepared ahead of time because it's not because I'm not interested in planning or being prepared. Mostly because I am really trying to not overwhelm myself all the time. It's really hard to to be the planner all the time and have so many things break like one after the other. Just like turn your whole world upside down. Um, and it's interesting because like a lot of my friends, a lot of people in my family have had similar experiences over the last like I would say 4 to 6 years. And it's kind of crazy, unexpected, really. And I feel like that knowledge that like a lot of people have been struggling with really, really intense things. Can make you feel a little less lonely, but when you're going through it, you don't think that anybody else is going through it just like you are. But, you know, like that. Something fun. I'm gonna have to switch. things up a little bit soon. Change out the brush. And I want to get in as many larger areas as I can before I switch it up. I mean, I really should not be doing this as much as I can right now. Because again, gloss, like it's okay. You can. It's a very forgiving medium. I also don't like overdoing liquid. Even though this, I'm not going to lift it up, but this is a block. So not just a block because of the square shape of the pages, but each page is actually very, very lightly glued to the page on top of it. So normally when you have like those drawing pads that have like a little strip of glue at the top, so it's basically got that glue there, and then it has glue on the sides. Sometimes they put it all the way around. This pad from Cottonwood Arts actually does not have it all the way around. It is only in very small places. It was useful when I do release the piece. And then it's actually great because you don't, when you do paint on this, you don't need to worry about stretching your paper. It's like, I know, it sounds weird if you've never done watercolor before, but stretching your paper is a great practice. And what that is when you have a loose sheet of watercolor paper and you flood it with water before you start painting hard flood. Flooding is just the process of taking clean water and just brushing it over the entire page before you start laying down at all. Because it's 7 o'clock. I should be ending this. How did you take a break? To see what my this is a lemon. Correct. I thought about it way too late, but I wanted to put together a little, like, not after these messages will be right back, but just a little sign, so in a bathroom, whatever. You know, in the future. Oh my God, it's a real one! I'm doing a tank. I hope you see it. I hope it doesn't look, crummy, or at least too crummy. It's not one of yours. Hi! Oh my God. So happy. Elaine's the best, guys. You should look her up. All of her things are bite-sized treasure, but B-Y-T-E. Not treasures, but just treasure. Singular. I've made that mistake myself several times despite knowing her amazing shop. And look at me, I'm using glue just like you. All the glue. All the glue. My printer is probably jealous because it needs glue. I've got more colors to lay in, and I do want to finish this. But I'm just going to do the blue right now, the background. Make sure that everything is filled in as best as I can. Everybody forgets the little places here and there, like the little tiny little windows don't even know. No, my head isn't in there. I don't know. Rewind. She asks, is this a copper band butterfly fish? I have no idea. I put tang in Google, and of course the blue tangs came up. And there was a photo with a blue tang and this yellow and silver tang-like fish. And that's who I went with because I don't want to do the blue tang because everybody's sick and tired of blue tang. Dory has the monopoly on tang knowledge in the United States right now. Thanks for stopping by, NES 1995. Hope I get to see you again soon and the rest of the peeps. But thank you so much for dropping by. I hope I get to catch one of your videos sometime soon. You know, when baby isn't like completely taking over your life. You might like eat a bit of. Here. Wow, am I getting hungry all of a sudden? I'm gonna have to put a little vegan food sign. I won't set the lid for that long. And I'll get a little bit more off the palette. Regal Blue Tangs are too dang popular. 100%. Dory did do it 100% all the way. Like, you know, I know she's super relatable, guys, but there are other tangs in this world. There are other tangs. And they're also beautiful, and they're all so goofy. I just all of them. So goofy. Yeah, Rewind Makes is the bomb, friends. Alright. Okay. Give me 1 minute. Let's see. Ooh, Achilles tang is my favorite. I'm glad you didn't do the Regal Blue Tang because it would blend in with the background. And that blue is pretty. Yeah, you totally missed it before. I showed a bunch of my other blues. I'm using this really old phthalo blue, super old watercolor, not actually gouache, but I just felt like it was the right one because I have ultramarines. I have a deep and I have a not deep. I feel like a lot of the ultramarine, like it's just so saturated. Like it's just an intense color. Where it's like, I don't need that intensity right now. Man, now I just realized. So I did that mermaid painting. I did a mermaid painting for an art trade years ago. It was a Christmas art trade. And it's like, I'm pretty sure this is the same glue that I used and that one. But whatever. So the plan is I'm gonna keep going for the next like 20 minutes. You know, baby's got a schedule, we gotta keep. So I will probably not continue this stream today, but I'm thinking that I will continue tomorrow just so that I can finish this painting on YouTube because this is a YouTube painting right now. So yeah, that's gonna be my plan. So for the next 20 minutes, the next largest area is, I mean, her hair, her coat. Definitely gonna wait on her coat though, because the coat could be affected by the paint of her scrubs and her tail, skin, and that's just a good area to touch up later, lay in the shadows, and probably fudge a lot of color spots. I don't know if you can hear baby. She is wheeling up a storm while she's listening / watching Yo Gabba Gabba. Um, Definitely love her favorite show. So, let's see. Feel like her hair should probably be the lilac, and her tail should be the rose. Let me look at the rose. Maybe this should be. Maybe this should be her. Maybe this should be her scrubs instead of the light blue. And then maybe. You know what? Let's do that. I'm gonna change things up a little bit because that's how we do. I'm gonna change up my plan. I'm gonna do the pale mint for her. I think if I do it for her hair, she's gonna look moldy. Probably not. No, it's fine. It's gonna be her hair. We're gonna do that. You don't want to go out of my comfort zone. You know, I was doing the same things over and over and over again, and really want to change things up a bit. Lilac. I love this lilac. It's such a good color. It's such a nice pink. I really would love to just get like a full acrylic wash lineup. They're just brush. I'm not going back to the wash brush that I was using for the background. It's a little too wide for these areas. And now I'm just sticking into this and in here, you're going to be able to see that opacity that I was talking about. So, wash is a nice thick paint that has the ability to thin down and act like watercolor. Which is great because when you are learning, especially, you know, everybody wants everything to be perfect. So you can actually go over things and go over it and go over it in several layers to make it as flat as you want, or if you need to just do some touch-ups. It's really great. Really, really great. Here you can see I really loaded up the brush with a lot of paint. You can see how it's covering up the blue really nicely. Don't always want or need that, but it's nice to have. You can see that I picked up some of the watercolor blue there. This is covering up pencil. A little bit more water. Probably gonna need to put more paint on my palette. don't need to worry about covering up the pencil right now. But, the fact that it does it, good for me. Usually, I like to do at least one layer first and let that dry. And if I need to go over it again, then go over it again. All right, let's see. We've got Hellblaze 3 popping in. Hello. Glad you think it looks cool. I am working on this little mermaid who just happens to be a nurse practitioner, not a doctor. Could be a doctor, could be a nurse practitioner. That's how things work sometimes. And laying in her hair. Way less to do the little curls at the end of the comb. Here, on the hairline. Another thing that's really nice about gouache is that depending on how quick you want it to be, you could actually still see like brush strokes in here. You can see brush strokes in the watercolor here, but I'm probably going to go over those strokes at a later time so that I can better emphasize light and dark or any shapes that I want to put in the background, which is definitely shapes in the background. Backgrounds are one of my weaknesses and I want to get better at them. So to do so, I'm going to some shapes in darker and lighter colors to give a better hint of the background. Just because we are under the sea does not mean there's not more to see. Girls. And then we're going to change colors. I like when my dirty water cup does not look awful because it's very quickly can turn like brown. Just a sad drab color. Brown and gray. And right now it's fine. I'm going to use a watercolor brush and then just wash it. Yeah. And now put the brush. Up. And I'm not going to actually put a lot of paint in. So the water is going to be very kind and clean it out. The water a little bit on my nurse practitioner mermaid. Truly random. I feel very proud of myself that I was able to follow through on that promise. A random drawing. Something. It was something. Came up with a something and followed through with a something. Here will be a good place to keep an eye on how the opacity is going to be really, really helpful me. Shape out. Legs. Your tail. Doesn't have legs. Good. See legs. She's busy. She's got stuff to do. Got life to save. And I was very worried. What was it? I don't know what I remember. A copper band butterfly. We'll have to find that in a second. copper band butterfly fish. I don't know what to do about the tail right now, wise, because we always want a little bit of transparency in the mermaid tail. I'm not 100% sure how I want to accomplish that. A little bit. Let's paint in her stripes. And then after we paint in her stripes, I want to move over to the copper band butterfly fish and fill in the yellows. Look. Neither is quite loud. There's a really loud garage door, so I just want to get it off. That's life in the city. This is not a very large area. This is a pretty intense color. I don't need that much intensity. But it's a nice little pop. Hi. You're there. Let's see. We're going to do yellow on the copper band butterfly. I'm going to remember it. I'm going to force myself to remember it. But I don't need a lot of paint. So I think I'm going to use a smaller brush. Kind of blobbed all over the palette. But I'm going to go with a smaller brush. So, brushes are so nice. These two happen to be the same brand. These are Princeton Neptune Lime, I guess. I don't know. But I have. Getting fluffy, so I'm working on borrowed time right now. Happy band. I hope it turns out to be a completely different fish. I know that rewind can let me know. Oh, she is not a happy baby right now. That part definitely needs to come back over and over. I don't need to go and like completely cover them up. It's not that big of a deal to me, but I do want to. I do like. This one's not going to be that big of a deal just because it's going to be painted over and silver. But like this part. Back is definitely a little bit more. What is nice is that the butterfly fish. The tail actually did not have any on it. Saves me a little bit of needlework. I gotta do things still. Interestingly, I don't think this is going to take a long time, but this is definitely not a 20-minute campaign, but it's not a 6-hour campaign. Let me make this a little bit. Yeah, good. Baby. Baby. Soft little mohawky pieces. Doggo is using his mind to get to the dog. Oh, no, dirty water is not great. Oh, hello, Solo Dark Wolf 5. I don't know if you remember my my mermaid that I drew 2 years ago at your house. Oh, I know. Let's see. We've got 8 minutes left. So in those 8 minutes, what am I going to work on? Probably showing his skin. And then I'll do the silver, and then I think that'll be it. So we got the skin. Solo Dark Wolf, I am painting in my nurse practitioner mermaid that I sketched over the course of the stream. And yeah, baby is being loud on top of it. That's what she does best. Probably gonna have to change the brush again because there's a lot of really teeny tiny other little tiny areas to get into. This brush is good, but very versatile. I would prefer to use a small brush for some of those areas, especially the fingers. Like the fingers are going to need a good amount of paint on it to cover up all of those extra construction lines. Spread out the bottom a little bit. So this is a yellow ochre. Thank you. There's baby. Yep, yellow ochre. She's very good at being loud, making sure that you hear her using her voice. They're all very important skills that everybody wants. That I want. A little girl, any child. Yeah. I'm gonna tone down her skin later on, but definitely gonna want to fill some things in here. So there's a teeny tiny blue spot in this. This is here. And this is the rest of the fingers. Move this finger for the glasses. Okay, so that tiny area right there. You can put blue and this area here. You could probably see, I don't know if you can see it that well, super clear. But there are like patches where you can see like slightly dark areas and slightly thinner areas, and all of that is because of like not enough paint on the brush, or water blocking paint, and really like sticking to the brush and then transferring properly to the page. This one, I guess I didn't need to change brushes. It's funny, the last time I did a stream, not a stream, but the last time I recorded myself drawing, I had fewer lights on me, and yet I was burning up. Yeah, I was really, really comfortable. There are houses who live probably why I actually feel comfortable in here with all these lights on right now. Guys get a nice treat with the baby giggles. Okay, so 2 more minutes because we have enough time for some silver. I think I will come back tomorrow to finish it up. And if you are interested in seeing how this goes, you can subscribe, smash the bell to get notifications. You can also follow me on Instagram, and you can also follow me on Facebook. I've announced on Facebook and on Instagram my live streaming. Didn't really know how to do it because I'm not 100% sure how to do that. But you can always come back tomorrow. I'm not sure when I will be coming back online. I'm going to figure that out probably in the next couple of hours. So feel free to check in anywhere on the interwebs. I'm probably there. And yeah, we'll finish up the Mermaid Nurse Practitioner. A good time for a character design challenge that I very much needed. I do not do these often enough, and really good. Really enjoyed this whole process. So I might end up making these monthly, or maybe, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not going to promise anything because I have no idea what I'm going to do. This has been actually quite fun, relatively low key. Appreciate everybody that's dropped in today and messaged and checked in. Silly little painting is on from the sketching all the way to this part of the painting process. Finish up silver, probably get some hot tips on what to do when I'm painting this little guy. The copper band butterfly fish, once again. Don't say my own tag often enough, but I definitely know the name of this copper band butterfly fish now. That is exactly what it is. I will be corrected if it is not. And if I need to be corrected, I'll correct it. Around the little eye spot. I'm gonna put in the silver lines now, but it's too early. It's just too early. Can't do it yet. Not do it yet. I need a smaller brush, and there's a lot more left to do. A lot more. So we need to do some shadows, highlights, and I'll do some repainting. And I still need to figure out what I want to do about outline. We'll have to figure out within these. This is definitely something I want. Let kind of happen the way that it wants. All right. Lily Wine says that she giggles every time I say the cover band butterfly fish. Because I feel like I'm wrong. That's why I keep saying it the way that I say it every single time. All right, this is where we're going to leave off. Thank you for joining, and I hope you get to join me tomorrow. Have a good rest of your night or day, wherever you are.